Chasing Top 50 version 3.0 or volume 3, which is sadly not into the results of top 50. We're still getting there. So let's do a quick recap because I feel like it's time. I've been not holding off on this video for any particular reason. I think that my personality is, if I procrastinate one thing once, I'm gonna procrastinate it more until I finally feel the pressure, and it's about time. When it comes to everything else, I usually do it right away, and that kind of makes it a little easier to get things done. So let's get it done. Let's talk about the past few months. I think the last video, man, it's been so long. I think I was doing Gulf Coast, and that was okay. It was St. George, Gulf Coast, and then since then I haven't really checked in much aside from social media on the daily, which is where you can see most of my stuff always. So yeah, we went to I went to Park City for 3 weeks. It was awesome. Had cold weather, had some rain every day. I got frozen to death once and hypothermic again, which is fantastic. Tons of great altitude training, great vibes. I love being up there. It was a little bit of a kind of far cry from just being home with kids and tempo, and kids were off school, so it was easy for them to kind of stay busy. Amy came to visit me a bit. I was staying with friends. Anyways, really good stuff. But that didn't really come to any fruition because I went to 70.3 Mont Tremblant with Jackson, Nicole, Tamara, and Garrick. And at that race site, we were doing great. Weather was awesome. Water temps were good. And then all of a sudden, the night before the race, the smoke rolled in hard from the wildfires up there in Canada.
Well, this is race morning visibility. As you can see, not a lot going on. There's a lot of smoke that rolled in, like tons and tons of smoke. It smells like a bonfire. You can feel it in the lungs a little bit, unfortunately, but this is what we're dealing with here. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Jack,
Race is friggin' canceled.
how's the air quality looking from your perspective?
Pretty bad. I think it's probably a good call, but it still sucks.
So the race was canceled, and it should have been. So the weather was terrible. It was a smoke apocalypse. What do? We went golfing. That was fun. And then went back to Jackson's for a day or two. And then came back home and tried to salvage fitness. Jackson wasn't racing until US Open in like a month. I was gonna race in a couple weeks in Ecuador. And then I piggybacked the next weekend in Oregon because I had some athletes racing and it sounded like a great time. So Ecuador, awesome, love it. The travel to get there was heinous. Arriving at midnight, another flight at 7 in the morning, 4 hours in a hotel because I was delayed. They took amazing, exceptional care of me. They gave me like a care package, a welcome dish. It was fucking awesome. I love that Quito Wyndham Airport Hotel. They take good care of you. The buffet is legit also, great restaurant. So went to Manta. Flaka has some really good connections. I love working with her as an athlete. She's well loved in her country. Had a great driver from Garpass Solutions. That was legit awesome. Met up with some great friends, Sarah Crowley and Dale Travers. They were there 2 years ago when I raced. We both got sick during the race. Sarah was ill afterwards. I was feverish for 8 hours after the race. So that happened. Went straight to Oregon. Stayed in Portland for 3 or 4 days with this awesome couple, Jordan and Mary. Just lovely. They had a little baby. Watched some Formula One. Did some training. Saw the state of Portland, which is kind of crap. And then traveled to the race. Drove to Salem. Met with Lisa and Mark. That was awesome. I loved having them there. I had another couple of athletes racing there who I was able to support and see. Salem, Oregon was cool. I had a terrible race in Ecuador on the bike. Again, bike legs have just been kind of cut off by lactate testing always and making sure that we're not pushing too. Anyways, that training protocol unfortunately just didn't really take me to the next level. I was really I really wanted it to. And I'm not the only one who got a little duped by it, but it really robbed me of a lot of high-end bike power to where I used to ride, normalized in the 310s. Like I got to the, 380s after a good hour of riding, then my legs were cooked, which then screwed up my run. So what we did after Oregon was I had to make the tough call, tell my dear friend and former coach, Robbie, that we needed to separate just because it just wasn't working for me. And I don't have a lot of time left. I'm 37. And I still want to win a race. I still want to go out with a bang. I may have to transition to more long course 140.6 racing. I still have a lot to fucking give. Like, that's the most annoying thing. Like, I can run well, I can bike well, and everything is still getting better. I have a young athletic age. I started the sport when I was 24. So 37 is not too bad. I think I'm just hitting the point to where I could do some good damage, and that's that. So now hired Coach Jim Vance. That was my last big full week last week, and definitely reminder of what it used to be like to train 26 to 32 hours a week. Like, this was still a more volume enhanced week, but man, the body struggling. I'm glad today's a rest day. That's why I feel compelled to do this, because I got to get this video going too. Other news, RTS, right? Real Triathlon Squad. We're diversifying in every way possible to make this not just a team, but a brand and a movement within the US. We want it to just help others. We want to give a roadmap to pros who are on a young age. Like, that's why we're partnering with Project Podium on the Superleage Triathlon, because we want to give those 16 to 18 to 21 year olds like a fighting chance in the 2028 Olympics, because we want some development in the US. We want to get back fighting for the men's field especially. Women have been doing pretty well. And if we can add more funding for everybody through partnerships and better content and a more aggressive marketing strategy for those athletes, we're going to try to do it. Thank goodness I brought in Adam Meredith this year to help me. Now we've got another awesome asset to build in some, I just don't have to do everything. Adam has been great, especially since he introduced us to a great investment opportunity. And our team is going to do things I never thought it could do in this short amount of time. So growth is on the horizon. Bigger partnerships are on the horizon. More talented athletes, which is crazy because our talent depth is huge already for our pro field. And I think we're going to see a lot more fun, entertainment, more content. We've got a great editor who is working on this video. So I think we're going to be doing a lot, especially when it comes to Super League, which is going to happen in a couple weeks when I have to travel to London and Toulouse. So I won't be able to go to 70.3 Worlds to support our athletes there. And it wasn't even going to try to qualify because I knew early on Super League was going to be a big focus for our team, to get our name out there, to be a brand people are going to remember and know as business. So that's why Super League is valuable to us. We've got a lot of big goals. We want to have more training camps, maybe in Tenerife or Cozumel. There's a human performance center going up in St. George, Utah. I want to be on the board of that to help them grow. I just know there's a lot of cool stuff happening for RTS, for the people who've aligned with us. We are not fucking around. I want to make sure our people are taken care of. And we pay our athletes a living wage in the next 3 years. And until then, we can cover their travel costs. We can give them bonuses for the hard work they put in. And we can make sure we're aligning with good companies that have that ethos for the next 3 to 5 years. So deals are getting bigger. Partnerships are becoming longer and stronger. And our depth of network is hopefully growing. And then it's all dependent upon people subscribing to our YouTube channel, watching or listening to our podcast, providing feedback, buying our gear, supporting our professionals. I want to give more back to you all. Thank you packages for hosting us, for taking us under your wing, shirts, cups, mugs, stickers, anything I can do to make sure you know you're valuable to our team. That's what I want to focus on too. So yeah, when we do athlete training camps, we're going to focus on the athletes who are doing what you do, watching me right now with other life goals and expectations, and you're fitting this in because defines you outside of the business persona you've created. You want to be a triathlete because it makes life more valuable. You want to be a triathlete because it makes all the other bullshit you have to deal with a little bit less important, and you get to focus on something that truly inspires your kids, your family, you on the daily challenge. Like, we are all wired to grow. We're all wired to seek for that next level. That's like human nature. What else can I do? And if you stagnate and you're stuck around like I am on this rest day, you do make videos like this because you've got to put your energy somewhere. And I think that's really why triathlon is the #1 endurance sport that can be the glue for gravel, for long distance swimming, for ultra running, for mountain bike racing. We just had Lisa Becaris do Leadville 100 mountain bike race. Come on, I coach athletes for that. I coach athletes who race motorcycles. I just think that's why I love this sport. I love triathlon, and it's why I really want to say thank you for being part of this video series and just watching it. So if you do want to see more of what we're doing, sign up for our newsletter at realtrisquad.com. It's the first thing that'll pop up. Like and subscribe to these videos. Hit that notification bell so you can get alerts when we do post content. We're trying to do more shorts to keep you more involved with our pro field and what we're doing. So that's what I'm focusing on. I still want to win a race, get on more podiums, I've always wanted to be somebody when you're watching them race, you're inspired by them because they don't quit. They don't let the media bullshit get them down. And no matter, like Sebastian Kienle is my endurance icon, which I just talked about on the Endurance Icon podcast. I wanted to be that athlete. So I don't have that level of success in sport yet. I certainly think I've got a couple more years to get there or near there. But on the professional development aspect of it, I think I'm doing good for family. Kids went back to school. I really love being a stepdad, and I feel like a dad. That's crazy. I never expected that. I love taking care of my family of coached athletes, being part of their lives. I love our Real Tri Squad network. I love being integrated with the Superleague aspect, and I get to coach and manage along Tim Don, Chris McCormick, Michelle Dillon, and these are all superstars. Do I have a place among them? I do, because I've worked hard to get there on some levels, but I still want to get my performance there to their level, or what they did. I respect the hell out of them. So anyways, thanks for watching. Again, we're going to do more. We're going to keep growing, and sign up, follow us, support us however you feel like you can, whether it's just watching videos, sending them to your friends, and just saying thanks, or what can we do for you, letting us know, and giving us a high five on the race course. We love it. So thanks again, and we'll see you on the next video.